Hello, I'm Frank Hanaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Well, I had already made a video this week and was getting ready to post it, and everything went kind of south. So I'm just going to spell it out what's going on with Mom. It looks like they typically talk about 7 stages of Alzheimer's, and some people have different systems. But it looks like Mom's in the final stage. About a week ago, she went in the hospital for a couple days with a urinary tract infection and some pneumonia. The pneumonia wasn't very serious. A few days before that, I had noticed she was having a lot of difficulty speaking. That's been one of the earmarks of the disease for her, was the loss of language, but it really got to the point where at least at that time, she was trying to express herself and she wasn't able to. So we got her home from the hospital. She had a few days of rest, and then she had a couple really good days. But they called me and they wanted to have in-home nursing. The hospital or the doctor, somebody had ordered it. And when they called me, I'd been trying to get her into hospice care for about a year, and she didn't qualify for it the last time. Alzheimer's is a terminal disease, but there has to be some indication that you're in the last 6 months or so of life, though nobody can really tell that. But there are certain signs they look for. So I said, please, let's don't go back with physical therapy and all that stuff that just really bothers her and aggravates her. Let's get her with hospice. One of the things that's been hard to take care of was she has osteoarthritis and she has pain in her neck, and now and in a number of other places, but it's really bad in her neck. And they haven't been very effective in treating pain for her, and she's in a lot of pain. She's complained about it, and they've done x-rays and everything and said, oh, well, it's joint degeneration disease. And I'm like, well, that's not helping. And they don't want to put her on any kind of medication that it might make her dizzy or make her more of a fall risk, though she hasn't been able to get up by herself for at least 6 months. And she walks with a walker. But anyway, so I called hospice. We set up the appointment, and no sooner had I signed the papers and I went home. I was home a couple hours, and I got a call from the assisted living facility. And Mom, I think they had mentioned that morning that she had complained of feeling nauseous or something like that, and that she had actually spit up some of her food. So she spit up several times in the afternoon. We watched her. When we got up the next morning, I didn't know yet if hospice had admitted us into the program or not. So I got on the phone to hospice and got them to come out. Anyway, it turned out we were, and they took right over. But she just did a nosedive as far as ability, and she quit moving at all. I mean, she lays in bed now and she doesn't move. She can barely talk. I don't think she has much recognition of people or things around her. We had her birthday party yesterday, her 87th birthday party, and she was really looking forward to it. And I had reworked an old iPhone 3. She'd asked me for an iPhone because she sees us all on our phones, So she kept saying, first I said, no, you're not getting a phone. Finally, I quit saying anything, and I figured out that I just happen to have an old one. It's probably a museum piece. And I got it to work. And so we had all these things planned. She's been enjoying chocolate chip cookies the past few months, so I got her chocolate chip cookie cake, and I had 5 people come that are real close to her. As it turned out, it was really important because she was barely cognizant at all yesterday. We did get her up for her birthday, and she did sit at the dining table, and she ate a little bit. Well, we couldn't light candles because we've put her on oxygen. That was one of the things we thought that might relieve her. So anyway, I just made it an opportunity for the other people besides me that were close to spend time with her and sort of get used to the idea that we're moving towards the end of her life. And I have a wonderful hospice nurse. She and I are exactly on the same page. We cut out all the vitamins and things yesterday. Swallowing, one of the last things that happens in Alzheimer's is you lose the ability to swallow, and it begins to start to be impaired. So we're taking steps to make sure she doesn't aspirate, which means that she would swallow food into her lungs, which would cause a lot of discomfort from coughing and stuff, but also would lead to pneumonia. Yesterday, when it all sort of started falling down around our ears, it's happened so many times that she was near death and has come back, and it certainly could happen again. But I've been seeing this time the disease progress, and I can see where losing mobility, all these are signs, losing mobility, losing speech, difficulty with swallowing, an inclination to get pneumonia, all those things happen in the last stage. She's extremely well taken care of. I went over this morning and sat almost 2 hours, and I kissed her at one point. She never woke up. They will wake her up and feed her, though I think they're feeding her in bed. They're getting her an air mattress that inflates and deflates, so that she's we're trying to prevent bed sores to the very best of our ability. We're getting her a high-backed wheelchair because her neck is an especially sensitive area for pain from arthritis. So we're getting her up, we're making her comfortable. I'm not asking her to fight anymore. And that's where we are. So I wanted to get this out as quickly as possible since I'd already made a video. I was talking about how we were going to celebrate her birthday, which we did, and it was just lovely. But she wasn't entirely there for it this time, and that's, we're at, I don't know how many years, probably 8. I could easily say that she's been demonstrating signs of Alzheimer's for the past 8 years. So, thanks so much for taking your time to listen and for your loving and caring thoughts about Mom and myself. I appreciate it for me and on her behalf. From the bottom of my heart, as I always do, I wish you and all those you love and everyone in the world, all beings, peace and joy.